What is this place?
It's giving me the creeps.
At a guess, I'd say we're inside the Bionis. What is it, Shulk?
Oh, nothing. It's just that it feels like the Bionis isn't really dead.
Huh?
Wait a minute, Shulk. If the Bionis starts moving around, things won't look good for us. Let's just keep moving.
Right.
Face Nemesis. Your frame is complete. All that remains is the soul transfer. That damage. Does a weapon exist that can melt face armor? How?
Lady Vinaya, Master Egil wishes to see you.
Understood. Tell him I will see him when this face is complete.
Acknowledged.
I have fulfilled my duty. You and only you can bring about a new age on Mechonis. No, the entire world. My mistress, Lady Mayneth.
some of the physiology of the Bionis. We can't pinpoint it exactly, but I'm pretty sure the area we just went through means that it does have a lung in its butt. I think we can all agree that that is the most important bit of information out of the first section of this video.
Lady Melia, withdraw to the Nopon village and let us handle this beast!
No, Isel! Do you really expect me to leave you, run away and save myself?
Permit us this once, Lady Melia. It is our honor and our duty to protect you with our lives. Do not fear for us. Flee!
I will not. I cannot return to the capital with this monster still standing. Bestow the light of your life unto me!
Who turned up the heat?
I've never seen such a dense forest.
Me neither. How much further?
This must be the back of the Bionis. If Shulk's vision is right, we've still got a long way to go.
You mean go on in this heat? I'm sweatier than a brog's armpit.
We'll have to search for the best route. Sadly, until we find a way, we'll have to put up with Rhine's stench.
Charlotte?
We must be outside the tower.
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Father!
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you?
You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora!
A silver-faced Mechon. And who was that girl? These visions show me people and places I've never seen. If only I could find out what they mean. We could use them to our advantage.
Look over there! A rope bridge! It looks Hom's made.
Not Homs, Nopon. Though a lot of them have settled in our colonies, the Nopon are originally native to Macna Forest.
Do you think they'd know the way to the Bionis head?
I can't say. But walking around in circles isn't going to achieve anything. Our best bet is to look for their village.
To be honest, if I was called Hoggard, I also would want to die as soon as possible. I have left a death in coming up shortly to demonstrate something, a new mechanic that's going to crop up as we fight normal monsters. It's something that you can come across earlier, but only if you're a bit more adventurous and going and finding more unique monsters earlier on in the game. And it's something called spike damage. Spike damage, it's not a unique concept to the game, but I've forgotten what they refer to it in other games as now. And basically, if you fulfill a condition, you get damaged. We can have spike damage ourselves that we do to enemies, and from now on, lots of enemies will have spike damage that they do to us. And me not being very attentive means this is what kills me. There we go. So basically, in this particular example, if we knock the Ilukas over and we're in its flailing range, it will just do a flat 400 damage to us. There are some enemies who will do a flat amount of damage every time we hit them, unless we use long range attacks, or some that do spike damage if you use long range attacks. Some that only do spike damage when they've been knocked over, or when they're dazed, or in a certain direction. You learn basically as you fight things. Once you realise it's happening, it's quite easy to pick up on. It took me a while to work out the first time because I was very much of the smacky murder everything, pay no attention mentality. I liked just running through the game as a maniacal blender. And it took me quite, I was like, why am I dying? It's rolling around on the floor. Hang on, what are those coloured numbers? They're probably bad. So yeah, well normally we can kill these things quite easily. The moment he's on the floor and flailing around, every time we get hit by it, it's 400 damage. And while we're being hit by the sources, it means we only need to take a couple of dots of spike damage, and we're dead. So it's not overly difficult to deal with. It just, another thing to be wary of, bear in mind. The plus side is, of course, we can do a number of things that will make some of our characters do spike damage. This tends to be most useful on Rhine, because obviously as the main tank character, at some point in the future, when they start cropping up, I will have items and gems I can equip him with that means that whenever anyone hits him, they take damage. And you basically set your party up so that everything just hits Rhine. And everyone's happy. There's something called auras in the game as well. You may have noticed, as I'm playing as Dunban, on the left side of his battle palette are some yellow arts. Yellow's the colour of an aura, kind of yellowy orange, because there's also another type of art that is bright yellow, the days. But the aura ones are basically passive effects that we can switch on and off. Each character can have, for those that have aura arts, they can have one active at a time, and activating another one will switch them rather than doubling up. Some auras stay on until you turn them off, or until you switch, and some have set time limits. Don't think we have any of the auras that do spike damage yet. It actually took me a while to remember to use Dunban's auras consistently, because he's got some very good ones that speed him up and so on. We just have a couple more updates, and then we'll have pretty much a full party. or at least what will be our full party for quite a lot of the game from then on. And then I'll start doing a more in-depth rundown of each character, and I'll run around and kill some of the uniques and show off a bit. But those will be separate from plot updates, so you won't have to drudge through character mechanics to just get on with the plot. Now this is one of my favourite areas for many reasons, which is, I think, exactly what I said on entering the swamp, but I don't care, I will say it every time we walk into a new area. This place obviously has the whole jungle aesthetic, but even better than that, giant tigers and dinosaurs. I'm not entirely sure what a game can do to top giant tigers and dinosaurs as bad guys. And the best thing is, the dinosaurs are the most herped-up things I've ever seen. I think I kill a few on the way through. Look at their faces and tell me they're just so adorably stupid looking. The tiger design, on the other hand, these are Macna Forest. They've actually been present in quite a lot of areas, but in the plains, for example, they're level 70, and they're docile. Also, giant frogs. But the Femri have up till now been a lot higher level, and also not aggressive, but now this is the first time we've come across them that will actually fight them. But I've started getting really excited about the wildlife just as the commentary section ends. Oh well.
Over there.
Hey, are you okay? You.
Shulk, what's wrong? Another vision?
Kind of. I'm not sure. But first, she needs help.
You're right. Let's look for somewhere safe.
There, I see a clearing under a giant tree. We can easily watch for anything approaching.
Okay. I'll carry her.
She hasn't sustained any serious injuries, but her condition is far from stable.
Do you know what's wrong with her?
Her symptoms suggest ether deficiency. It's well known that Homs are strongly affected by ether levels in the environment. But I've never seen symptoms like this before. A sudden drop in ether content in the surrounding atmosphere causes a reaction. Symptoms range from fatigue to nausea. But in this girl's case...
What can we do?
We're gonna need water-type ether crystals. I'll load the crystals into a cartridge to shoot from my rifle.
Eh? You're gonna shoot her?
No, silly. I'll fire them into the air and the dispersed ether will heal her.
That's what I thought.
But the problem is the crystals. We can't just use any old crystal. They must be as pure as possible. This area must have a water source nearby. We should search there first.
I spotted a waterfall a little way back. What do you think, Charlotte? Would a waterfall produce pure crystals?
I can't think of a better place.
Then it's decided. I'll search for the crystals.
Hey, you're not going on your own.
I'll be okay. I need you to look after the group. We're short on water too, so I'll fill up our flasks.
Hey, good idea. Take care, man.